beach. It's Aries season. I'm so into crystals. Everything is terrible right now. Let's go see some aliens. What is up, you guys? Welcome back. I want to start this video by saying thank you. I am so grateful to each and every one of you who helped make this video possible, because today we're doing a 20K giveaway Q&A because I didn't want it to be a throwaway. So yes, guys, this channel just hit 20,000 subscribers. That is insane. That's like more people than live in my husband's hometown. Like, that's crazy. I am so grateful to you guys. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is so freaking cool to be able to like talk to a camera and reach people, upload a video, have this engagement from people I never would have been able to meet. I think that the internet on the whole is looking pretty evil right now. If anybody just watched The Great Hack, like, oh my gosh, the internet can be so evil. It makes me want to just like burn all my electronics. But like, I think that that puts even more responsibility on me and other creators to make this a bright spot, to make this an escape, a place where I'm not trying to steal your information. I'm not trying to capitalize on your vulnerabilities. We're just trying to talk about makeup. So, I have a lot of feelings lately. I think we all do, but I'm so excited to be able to be answering some of your questions today, and towards the end of the video, we will start talking about the giveaway. I have put together a whole prize package. I'm gonna go turn the air conditioning off. Be right back. I put together a prize package of all of my favorite things that I'm so excited to give to one lucky winner. But first, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the questions. Thank you for asking me so many questions. I think that it was one of the first landmarks in my mind when I started my channel that was like, when I ask questions for Q&A, that someone would actually answer. I just remember like trying to do them and there was just no engagement, and it just makes me so happy that when I'm like, hey guys, do you have questions for me? You guys are like, yeah, like that makes me so happy. Thank you. Anyway, I'm gonna say thank you a lot in this video. I think that, you know, gratitude is the currency of the universe. Crystal Gum asks, do you have children? If not, do you want any? How many? I have 5 blessings. Good for you, girl. Congratulations on your 5 blessings. That's really cool. I mean, a lot of women have trouble having children. A lot of my friends right now are struggling to get pregnant. So having 5 blessings truly is a blessing. Plus you're halfway to a soccer team. So do I want children? This is actually a question that if you caught me in like a bad mood, I could really just like about to you, just like open my soul up, because for most of my life, due to having like not the awesomest upbringing, I did not want children. And it took me a really, really long coming around period and meeting my husband, a person who I would absolutely love to raise children with, for me to change my tune on that. Plus, I really feel like throughout my 20s, I would have been a really, really bad mom. Now I feel like I am prepared. I'm financially prepared, I'm mentally prepared, nobody's perfect, but I feel a lot more comfortable with the idea of being able to give a child a really good life. And I'm up for the challenge. Like, I'm really excited about that challenge of helping groom a human to be a really enlightened person. Like, if it's a boy, I'm really excited to like help him not grow up to be a jerk. If it's a girl, I want her to be compassionate and not a bully. I'm also, you know, vainly really excited to see kind of what would come of me and my husband making a child. Plus, he's a specimen. I know that like I'm biased or whatever, but he is like the fastest runner in the world. He is blessed with skin that he doesn't have to wear any kind of sunscreen or even wash his face. You know, here I am over here just like a walking recessive gene with psoriasis and like IBD, and I'm just hoping they get mostly him. You know? I need to get my dang teeth replaced, you know? I just don't want to carry that onto my children, but like I'm really excited to have such a strong gene pool to draw from with my husband. Have I gone too deep on this question? Probably. Definitely. Adrian, I get it, Adrian. Yeah. She asks, breakfast or dinner? I love food. I love cooking food. I like cooking dinner. I love sharing dinner, and I find that when especially when I was like wearing my temporaries when I was getting my veneers and I couldn't make dinner, my life just felt emptier and emptier every single night. Like I made soup and I was like, okay, dinner's taken care of. I have calories that are nutritious that I can eat for the next 2 weeks while I wait for my veneers to be made. And I just like slowly degraded in morale. Like I just got more and more depressed over that 2 weeks because I love to cook food. I love to share food. I love to eat food. I get it from my mother. I've been cooking my entire life. My mom brought me into the kitchen. My grandparents brought me into the kitchen. My dad brought me into the kitchen. And we just were genuinely interested in it growing up. And so I love to cook. If you've ever watched my vlogs, it's just something that I find really just like stimulating to like workshop a dish and things like that. And I love fresh food. And so I would have to say dinner just because breakfast is one of those things that's kind of a chore for me. I'm always like, coffee. And then if you watch my vlogs, you've seen me be like, it's noon and I forgot to eat breakfast again. Dang it. And also I'm gluten intolerant. And so like when I used to be able to eat like a scone, girl, whew, the bread that I used to eat, the pasta that I used to eat. But there used to be at this coffee shop here in town, these blueberry scones with this like cracked sugar on top. And I would dip that in black coffee and just basically have like a mouthgasm every single morning. And like that was pure bliss to me. And one day I will recreate that gluten-free because to be honest, you really need gluten in a scone. They're super dry. But that is something that I miss. I also miss bagels. But in lieu of that, cooking a really beautiful dinner just fills my heart and it makes me really, really happy. Patty1122 says, what's your take on a cream/powder hybrid routine? Does it dry your skin out at the end of the day? I've discovered that it matters what products you match with each other. So you have to wear a powder that's light enough for the foundation and other products that you're putting on top of it? Under it. Or on top of it, I guess, because you put a cream blush like on top. So the Cover FX and the Ilia are the two that I have found that are lightweight enough that they will set your cream products without drying them out or making them a matte texture. Mattifying, that's the word I'm looking for. So you can still interact with the products underneath. And I showed you guys in the Honest Beauty video where I put a cream blush on top of a very lightly powdered look and I was like, oh my gosh, this actually, if you're really careful, it sets the makeup in the most beautiful way that you can't achieve any other way. And so that is my take on it. And I do think that there are foundations that just are limited in that sense. Like you're just not going to be able to put any powder on top of them. One of them being the Beauty Counter Dew Skin. Like I don't think that that should ever be powdered. It is a funky, weird consistency. I don't particularly like it. And I think that that was one of the biggest issues I came across with it was that it just wouldn't tolerate powder. And I honestly think on the other end of the like thin, thick spectrum, I think that the Kosas doesn't really tolerate powder very well either. Miss Twiggy asks, how is the lip filler treating you? Has the swelling subsided? It's lovely and subtle. Basically, hashtag lip filler goals. Y'all, no regrets. I was freaking out for like the first week and a half because they're so swollen and they're so bruised. And I was so nervous that no matter like how much effort I put into over communicating how subtle I wanted them to be, that there was just no way to get them to be subtle and that like my doctor had done the best that she could or something like that. I love them. Like there are moments if I don't have any lip color on or anything like that where they just look normal, like normal lips, and then sometimes I catch myself, especially if I decide to play it up and just put something really like nourishing on my lips where they just look so big and bouncy and wonderful. And it is exactly what I wanted and I'm so glad that it lasts as long as it does. One person commented that hers only lasted like 6 or 8 months or something. That's still fine with me. It's a fun, thrilling thing and I feel like it really added something kind of just youthful and healthy to my face without looking like Kylie Jenner. I think that that's kind of the comparison we all make, right? The thing that I learned is that you have to really go in there and ask for that if that's what you want. If you want big lip filler lips, you gotta go in there and tell the doctor, override all of your better judgment, doc, I wanna look fake. Because it's not going to look fake unless you ask for it to look fake. My doctor talked about how you respect the center line, you don't fill the whole front of the lip because you still want to have the Cupid's bow. And I will say I have a strong objection from the standpoint of my face because I didn't want to change anything about my face. I just kind of wanted to like rejuvenate it a little bit. I have a strong objection to the lip flip. I know a lot of people get it and a lot of people like it. That is not a referendum on anyone else's choices. I think that if you have the means and you know exactly what you want for your appearance, absolutely do it. You know, if it's gonna make you happy. This made me insanely happy. But if you are looking for these kinds of results, I do want to say I didn't go for the lip flip, and I'm not going to. Little Pink Bunny asks, are you going to Area 51? What is this meme? I'm old! I don't know what it is. Like, why are we going to Area 51? Apparently there was like a Facebook group or something, and there's millions of people that joined, and they're all talking about asking their parents to go to Area 51. That is all I know about this meme. But like, I don't know. Maybe if I could get a ride. Are we going to Area 51? That sounds fine to me. Everything is terrible right now. Let's go see some aliens. Lily Vara asks, I'm very curious about your take on this Canadian brand nude sticks. Okay, I don't know what is in the water, but everybody's been messaging me about nude sticks. I think it's because Alana Davison is like obsessed with them because they're Canadian and because they're probably really good. But my content and my taste in products and my taste in aesthetic is very similar to Alana Davison. Like, hey, holler girl. I would love to collab with her. I've never tried them, and they're not like Sephora, but you know, who cares? I'm not actually even sure that they're cruelty free. Are they? Can you guys weigh in on this for me? I could just do some Googling, but I've already got something else pulled up on my phone. Lazy. So, yeah, I haven't tried them. They look awesome. I like anything with the word nude in it because, I mean, look at this. You know, color's not my thing. We love a nude queen. But yeah, I don't know. Sammy Sarah asks, how do you feel good about yourself without wearing makeup? I'm gonna do a full how I cleared my skin and how I keep it clear video coming up. But the answer to your question is, I sort of pushed myself into it even when I had acne. There was something that clicked in my brain at one point where I was like, I cannot continue to only love a future version of myself. You have to learn to love yourself in real time, warts and all, in order to be happy, or else, think about it, you're gonna reach the end of your life and never have actually found that future version of yourself. Don't wait to be perfect in order to love yourself. That is so not the point. I felt confident not wearing makeup because, like, what's gonna happen? I'm not in high school anymore. No jerk is gonna walk up to me and be like, you have zits all over your face. And if they do, like, easy filter for people I don't want to be around, you know? I don't feel like people are necessarily looking at it as much as I am, but I did also make it like my project when I was 30 to clear my skin. I was done. I had had acne for more than half of my life and I was done. And I just went to my dermatologist and I asked her, what can we do? We started doing a series of peels. I got on some really good skincare. I changed my diet. Again, I'll go into detail in that next video, but that was just something where I was super determined, but that doesn't mean that you need to have perfect skin in order to feel happy with your skin without makeup on. Literally, screw them. If some jerk wants to judge you for having acne, they do not belong in your life. They don't deserve you. Becky with the messy hair. I love it. Have you tried the Target brand Versed? No, I have not. I took a picture of it on my Instagram stories a while ago when it first came out and I saw the display for the first time. But I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I pretty much have like a summation of those kinds of things, and that is you get what you pay for. Vitamin C ferulic acid serums are a dime a dozen. When people wanna come to me and be like, oh, have you tried the one from The Ordinary? Have you tried the one from Versed? Have you tried? If you're paying like under $15 for a skincare product, it's probably going to work very slow miracles. It's still got the active ingredient in it, but it's not as fast. And I like my fast stuff and I'm willing to pay for it. And so that's kind of where I'm at. I guarantee you it's probably good, but I just like results more quickly than that. I want to keep my melasma at bay. I want to keep my sun damage at bay. I want to have all the anti-aging benefits and I'm willing to pay for it. Thrillink asks, what are your favorite autumnal things to do / buy, etc.? Love your recent posts on this and want more. Lately, I have just been kind of burying myself in like Tumblr. I love like Tumblr fall blogs just because it's still, 99 million degrees outside. And so I'm just, you know, using my imagination right now. And we don't really have a proper fall in Austin anyway. And so I joke that I'm going to just be using my imagination all the way through till February. But I do love to decorate. I love pretty much September 1st, just go in my attic and pull out all my fall decorations. I love to go to Home Goods and buy a bunch of cheesy stuff. I think that Michael's and Home Goods are better than Target just for prices. There's something about going to Target and they're like, that'll be $80 for a wreath. And you're like, really, Target? Like, they don't have coupons, nothing. Other than that, I'm a big fan of like the whole hygge thing. You know, I just bought a candle. It's a Capri Blue pumpkin dolce, I want to say, or dulce candle. And yes. It gives me the ultimate like creamy fall vibes that just kind of fill a room. And I am not in a place right now where I can be drinking hot drinks and just like pretending, but I am, I'm calling it my denial aesthetic. So like I do kind of try and create a, like a fall vibe in a room with scents and maybe like reading creepy books and like watching spoopy things. And that is kind of like just creating a vibe for me because I have a shadow side. I'm a little witchy. Aries are really strong manifestors. You can call that a witch if you want. Vonnegut992 says, back in the day, you recommended The Easy Way to Control Alcohol. It's a book by Alan Carr. What is your drinking like now? So that was like 4 years ago, I guess. I've always had a very complicated relationship with alcohol because there is a, I think, kind of societal pressure to drink. That's not any kind of secret, but like for women, it's very like wine is survival, wine is fun. Everything depends on your ability to go and enjoy yourself and like have wine. And it makes me feel horrible physically while I'm drinking it. And I finally just had to come to terms with that. I have a lot of like IBD and like autoimmune stuff and things like that. And my body just doesn't like when I indulge. It doesn't like when I eat sugar. It doesn't like when I eat carbs, and it doesn't like when I drink alcohol. And I finally had to come to terms with that. So I went on my honeymoon and I drank tons of European wine. And honestly, I don't know what y'all do over there, but your wine makes sense, okay? It's just completely unpunishing, no consequences whatsoever. And when I go back to Europe, I'll probably drink more wine because vacation mode. But here, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I like my body better. I like my brain better. I like my sleep better when I'm not drinking. And, you know, I have had like a drink here and there. Like I fixed avocado margaritas for like the 4th of July, drank one, regretted it instantly. It's become like when I used to like smoke pot, like in Amsterdam and stuff like that. Like every time I would ever take a single hit of anything marijuanic, I would regret it instantly and be like, I can't wait for this to go away. And so that's how I feel about alcohol now. I finally just admitted to myself that there was like nothing redeeming about it anymore, and that what had really happened was that like society was trying to convince me that not drinking is weird instead of that drinking is weird. And it's just something that I don't really want to do anymore. And honestly, if you're having any kind of struggles with depression and you find that you're drinking pretty regularly, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to judge anybody, but it makes me depressed. Like the more days in succession that I drink, the more I notice that I'm getting depressed, because it just throws off the very delicate balance of my circadian rhythm, my ability to enjoy the morning. I'm really like, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but my Instagram stories, I watch the sunrise every morning. I love mornings and I don't want to screw that up with anything. And if I drink, it's going to disrupt my sleep and it's going to make it so I don't want to wake up in the morning. And it's just going to make me feel kind of like I've wasted that day. And in Aries, wasting a day, it's like someone tying you down and quartering you. Like there's just nothing more miserable than thinking about like wasting time that you could have been productive and you could have been out kicking ass. Like that, it hasn't always been the case since I did that video. I did stop for 9.5 months. No correlation with baby, obviously, but that was how long I quit drinking after I made that video. And then I kind of reacquainted myself with it, and I had bouts where, you know, like when I started my new job and it was really stressful and things like that, I was like, wine! And then I was like, this makes me feel horrible. Like, this makes me feel horrible, and this is not part of, like, a culture that I want to belong to, and I'm just going to rise above it. And so I did. And I feel a lot better for it, and I haven't had a drink in a little over a month. K Trumbies asks, what are your feelings on the Tula products? I have no idea what that is. Daisy and Scarlet asks, fave makeup type to clean cheat on. Yes, I've like been excited to answer this question because fragrance. It is so hard to find a perfume that smells good to you and smells good on you, that then for someone to be like, but they're not cruelty free. And you're just like, ugh! No, and I'm not just gonna throw out all my old perfumes. Perfumes last for years. So like, yes, I still wear Ralph by Ralph Lauren. I've been wearing it since I was in high school and I love it. I still wear Fresh Life because nothing smells like Fresh Life. It's so good. And you will pry my Byredo 7 Veils from my cold dead hands. I'm wearing it right now. I spray it on myself when I get out of the shower. I like smelling expensive. However, I love Joyful from the My Daughter fragrances. Oh my God, it's so good. And also, I love the PHLUR fragrances, not all of them, obviously, but I do love what they're doing there. So, you know, they exist. I also want to try West by, what's it called, Ellis Brooklyn. I want to try that so bad, but I'm not going to limit myself when it comes to fragrances just because of that kind of stuff. So that's my clean sheet, okay? Perfume. Daisy and Scarlet also asks, favorite clean concealer? Cover FX. Did you know that the whole Cover FX line is talc free? I just learned that yesterday. Buffy Slay Edward asks, best skincare products for a sudden breakout on dry skin, the Thrive Overnight Brightening Mask, period. End of story. Allusion to the end of the video. One unclean item you wish were still in your collection? All the Natasha Denona stuff. I miss it so much, and honestly, guys, I think the dimethicone is like the only thing that's in there that you guys tell me there might be talc, I'm not sure. Natasha Denona is such high quality stuff, and I've got so much money sunk into it. Plus, I really miss the Foundation X. That stuff is so good, and I think they're re-releasing it. I saw it on Tati's channel yesterday. Natasha Denona. Diana Radia. How do you touch up your sunscreen if you're wearing makeup? Love you. Love you too, and the answer is I don't do both at the same time. I will wear either a sunscreen if I know I'm going to be outside all day and then reapply the sunscreen, or I will wear makeup if I'm not going to be outside all day and still wear an SPF, but I'm not going to try and reapply it. I tried to do that whole Supergoop powder SPF BS. No, it's so bad. It's just so bad. There's nothing good about it, and so I just don't do that. They do also have a face spray that just feels like I'm putting rubbing alcohol on my face, and it's awful, so I'm not going to do that either. That's kind of how I am, and also I wear like big hats. So like I'm going to a tennis match soon, and I will not make the same mistake that I made at the Monte Carlo Masters where I didn't wear a hat. I'm going to wear a hat this time. Simply Hannah Jo says, how did you become so cool? The older you get, the fewer f***s that you give. And I mean, it's a beautiful, freeing feeling, but also I have a lot of really good like mental health practices, and I equip my toolkit with a lot of self-help, and I'm going to be doing a whole self-help Q&A soon. I'm really just, you know, building a lot of momentum for all my videos right now that are coming up. I know that you meant like that is just a compliment, but like I do think that I'm pretty cool, and I also am a lot more confident than I ever have been, and it has a lot to do with concentration that I've put on like figuring myself out over the years, I guess. Okay, Kat Kaniga asks lip fillers experience. I did already kind of talk about this, but does it hurt? I've been pierced and tattooed, and I also have had a tattoo laser removed, so this was kind of like not a big deal. Definitely eat beforehand, definitely go for the numbing cream, but you know, it doesn't really hurt. Earth Goddess asks, can you go over your favorite beauty tools, brushes, eyelash curler, etc.? Guys, you cannot go wrong with the Thrive brushes. That's basically what I use for everything. I have a few oddball like eyeshadow brushes, but I don't even really use them anymore because I don't do a lot of really intricate eye looks. Like you could go and spend what, like 150 bucks? Maybe it's like 200, I'm not sure, from Thrive, and like get their whole brush kit and just be set for life. Like they are so good. They're all vegan, super, super high quality. And that's honestly like what I use. Even my eyelash curler is from Thrive. Meals on Wheels 93 asks, how do you feel about your gauges? Any pros, cons for someone just starting to gauge? So my ears don't tolerate metal that well, which is part of the reason that I decided to start gauging. That and being 15, man, I still love them. I'm 32 years old and I still love my gauges. I wore them I was like more conscious of wearing them to my wedding than anything else, and it just like didn't end up being a problem. That and my double nose piercings, they're just so part of my body at this point that it doesn't matter how like country club bougie I get, like I'm always gonna look like a little bit of an old scene kid, and that's fine with me. So yeah, I do. I like love switching them out, different stones and stuff like that, especially because I'm so into crystals that like I can put rose quartz in there and I feel like it shifts my mood. I put amethyst in there and I feel like it shifts my mood. You know what I mean? Like, I'm that girl. I personally love them. Just any advice, go slow. And if you can afford to, go have them professionally stretched. I, skipped gauges in the beginning. Don't get impatient. You want to make sure that you try and mitigate scar tissue as much as possible, but I'm still really glad that I did it. I have considered having them sewn up a few times, and I just always go back to not, just because, again, I'm not going to be able to just wear regular earrings. Like, I can wear them underneath my plugs, but wearing them through my actual, because I have second holes too. If I throw an earring in there, it just inflames it. My ears just don't tolerate metal. What is your favorite clean tinted moisturizer with SPF? I'm on the market. It happens to be right in front of me. I used it yesterday. I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing the Curaways today. Why is my lipstick doing that? Can you not? Gross. So this happens to be sitting right in front of me. This is the Daily Correct CC Cream from Supergoop. I got it in the shade Light, which I think was too dark for me, so just keep that in mind. But it is so good. It has such epic coverage. All of my Instagram stories were wearing that yesterday, and I mixed actually a little bit of the Ilia Liquid Light into it because this doesn't work as a highlighter, but it does work as like an add-in for your foundation. And that was the vibe. That was the vibe yesterday, and I liked it. Please use Turn Signals, who I love. I love you, girl. She says, I freaking love the Thrive Overnight Mask. Tips on sleeping with it on. I'm a side sleeper. Okay, two things. One, if you find a really good pure mineral powder that actually has like skincare benefits, you can powder that overnight mask so that you don't stick as badly. I know that Bare Minerals makes one that's actually meant to be slept in, or you can just put a towel on your pillow. Like, that's also, I don't know, I've done that before. I'm not a side sleeper because being a side sleeper actually makes you wrinkle quicker. And also it puts like creases in my chest, and also it hurts my ears. Like, I wake up and my ears are sore if I sleep on my side. So I don't actually sleep like a cadaver, like, I don't know, like a pod person. Also, putting less on. I know it's a sticky mask. Sometimes a little goes a long way with that stuff. It's easy to like want to put a whole bunch on because you're just like, oh, it's so shimmery, shiny, and beautiful. But you don't actually need very much. L. Willis LR says, what is the type of face peels you get gone for melasma? So I get the VI peel, and I'm about to go, as soon as I get back from this tennis match, which I'm going to be out in the sun a lot, I am going to go and get another peel. I'm really, really due for it, but the VI peel, just the regular VI peel, there's a bunch of them, but I get like the lightest weight one just because I don't want to like lose all my freckles and everything. I just want to get rid of the melasma, but that's the one that I get. It's not the cheapest thing on the market, but it's also not the most expensive thing on the market. And unlike a fruit-based peel or something, it actually works. Like, it doesn't just give you like a feel good, oh, my skin is nice and smooth and my pores are clear. It's like, no, it takes pigmentation away, and it's a game changer. Lonezilla says, okay, silly question about where do you get your scarves? I'm dying for some head scarves. So the big long one that I have that I wore that one video, the Will I Buy It video, that is from some little boutique in Tallahassee, where I'm from. My mom got it for me. I don't really know, but it's got like little elephants and giraffes printed all over it. It's really cute. The other ones that I wear are either like vintage or thrifted or whatever. I bought a bunch when I was in Amsterdam when I was 20. I know that's not helpful. Most of the ones that I wear that look like proper bandanas that are just kind of like faded and a really nice material are from Madewell. They have the best bandanas. And she also asks, do you still use any skincare devices, PMD, LightStim, etc.? The LightStim for acne is a game changer, you guys. That thing has completely changed my life. When you talk about having a breakout or preventing a breakout, like you're anticipating it because you know that you're gonna be hormonal or whatever, it's a light that kills bacteria underneath your skin, and it really works. It really will smoke a breakout. It will smoke a huge zit. It will bring it down to size, and it is an incredible, incredible product. So yes, of all the other ones that I've reviewed, I don't do any kind of physical exfoliation anymore. PMD actually reached out to me recently and asked if I wanted to partner with them, and I was like, no, we don't do no scrubs. We don't do any kind of physical exfoliation on this face. So no, I'm not going to promote that product anymore. But I also don't use the little Crazer anymore just because I feel like the LightStim is so much better. Matteasimo says, when do you plan on having a baby? Oh no. I don't know. I'm only 32. We'll figure it out. Borchosaurus Rex. I love y'all's names. They're funny. How do you unwind? I figured out recently, very recently, that being calm and being happy are not necessarily one and the same. And that you have permission to be calm even if everything's not going super well. And so even if you're not like in the best mood in the world, it's very important to give yourself time to do nothing. For me, that means watching the sunrise, watching the sunset, sitting in bed with my cat, lighting a candle, watching the British baking show, things that are not gonna poison my brain, but that are not productive. I have a lot of trouble being unproductive. It's just not something that I come by naturally. I feel like my self-worth is very much tied up in my ability to accomplish things and be good at them. And so it is a conscious treatment for me, for my perfectionism, to force myself to sit still and give myself permission to enjoy that time. And that's how I unwind. Also, you know, because I don't drink, the best way for me to like dial myself down when I've had like a long day and I feel wound up, I guess, and I want to unwind that wound upness, is actually what like Brene Brown calls tactical breathing. Just being aware of your breathing. I think that that's like half of the battle of yoga or meditation or anything, is just consciousness of your own breathing. And it's an in for, hold for, out for, hold for. And it's, you know, definitely like a spiritual breathing practice, but in her interview with Gwyneth Paltrow for the Goop podcast, she also said that like the military does it. Because of course they're in like high anxiety situations all the time. And if you're sitting in traffic and you just wanna like scream and like pull your steering wheel out and throw it at the person in front of you, try some tactical breathing. They call it square breathing also. Little Pink Bunny says, current favorite skincare product overall. Honestly, while, you know, the Thrive Mask is just a mainstay for me, my new fave that I'm just like gagging over is the Drunk Elephant Glycolic. It is awesome. It actually fades dark spots. It's an incredible product. It smells like poop. smells like a little egg fart, but I just bought the full size because it's really, really good. I've had it sitting around in the littles for ages, and it just takes you a really long time to get around to certain like skincare products when you find something that works, but there was just nothing in my repertoire, I realized, that had replaced the Good Genes from Sunday Riley that I don't want to use anymore because of the lemongrass oil that's in it. And there are no essential oils in anything from Drunk Elephant. And so I was so happy that I had the Littles lying around. The Littles are a really good idea, honestly. Like, that was a great idea that they had to do that. And so I do, like, I get to kind of reach for something small to try every time I feel like there's a little hole in my repertoire, and that filled that hole, and my skin is so much happier for it. Love Zaylee asks, how did you get into marketing? Do you focus on the creative marketing side? I do not focus on the creative marketing side, even though I have an art degree. I just have never been a graphic designer or anything like that. And I also think that when I was drawn towards marketing, it was because I was doing hair and I wanted something really concrete, something measurable. And hair is not measurable. It's very, you know, subjective. It's like, do you like it? Yes. Do you like it? No. You know, and that's pretty much all you have to go on. Whereas what I do, which is called paid search, I don't want to get too esoteric here, but I make the Google ads, and there's a lot of math to it. Even though I don't love math, I'm okay at it. I got into it, to answer your question, by applying for and taking an internship when I was living in Kansas City. I had a lot of downtime because anytime we had a snow day, they would close the salon that I worked at and I couldn't get into work. I had a lot of time and not a lot of money. And so I decided I just wanted to do something else. And so I applied for this internship. This wonderful woman named Joy Brozick, she hired me to be her intern. She was working for Yelp, and it was just a fantastic experience. I got, you know, grassroots marketing experience, and I then went to working for the CEO of Zanga.com, which is like a blogging platform you guys might remember. And I managed a blog called Lovelyish for them, which is a women's interest, you know, fashion, beauty blog kind of thing. It's defunct now, but it was really cool at the time. That got me into analytics and, you know, seeing kind of like how the internet makes money. And I just feel like all of my experience really folds nicely into being very well prepared to be a YouTuber and understand the analytics, understand what goes into it, understand how advertising works and things like that, how the algorithm works. And so I really feel like it all kind of dovetails, but that's how I got into it, was just going and hustling. I've always been just no chill, strong hustle. Sarah Ward 85 says, what is your favorite show of all time? I'm gonna surprise you, maybe, I'm not sure. My favorite show of all time is What Not to Wear. I love a makeover show, and I love Stacey London. I love her. I've read her book. I think that she's fantastic. She also suffered with psoriasis for a lot of her life. I just think that she is kind of an amazing, fallible muse. Like, she's such a Wonder Woman. I love her so much. And I love Queer Eye for the same reason. I love kind of a heartwarming, touch you deeper than just the surface level kind of makeover show, because a lot of times it has to do with self-worth. Usually your appearance is just a symptom of feeling like you're not really worthy of taking care of yourself. And so watching somebody's confidence get rebuilt is just one of the coolest things. It's like what I hope I can do for people, at least in part on my channel. And so that, and we all love a reveal. And I loved watching people get their hair cut. I think that, what's his name? Nick Arrojo, that did the hair. I think he made some major missteps in trying to be cool, but Carmody, that girl, her makeup styles were so freaking beautiful. Ugh, love it, love it. But yeah, What Not to Wear is probably my favorite show of all time. Aphrodite asks, fave non-beauty content creators. I have something to confess. I don't watch that many beauty creators because I like to stay unbiased and I like to just kind of do my own thing. Living in my own paradigm has always benefited me and just kind of doing what I think is cool. And so, you know, I watch Tati. I will never not watch Tati. I love Tati. I'm not like a Tati stan necessarily, but like I just love her content. I think that she is so true to herself, and I've been watching her for so many years. She's just, that's my big YouTuber. Her and Jackie Aina. I love Jackie. I'm so proud of her for coming out with the her new eyeshadow palette. It is so perfect for people of color, deep skin tones. I love it. I mean, I've seen it on everybody too, but I mean, I really feel like she freaking nailed it. So those are like my favorite beauty creators, but like non-beauty creators, guys, I get a lot of my inspiration from non-beauty creators. And I honestly, this is kind of weird, but like I've always seen myself not as a small creator. I have always seen myself as a future large creator. And so I am really drawn to larger channels, kind of understanding what is entertaining. Over time in every career path that I've taken, I've learned that someone has already done what you're doing. And I am really grateful actually, because YouTube wasn't always that way. And I am grateful to be in the place where I am, that someone else did a lot of the paving of the way. So I do have examples of what works. And so when I enjoy watching a channel, I'm like, I like making content that I like to watch. It doesn't necessarily have to be that genre of channel, but I can still apply the things that I enjoy about that channel to my channel. So my favorite channel lately to watch, this is gonna be kind of surprising to you guys, is actually Drew Gooden. Because they're gonna be like, who's that? He was a Viner. He lives in Florida with his adorable wife, and he's a commentary channel. And I don't usually like commentary channels because they're usually drama channels, and I'm not into the drama channels. I have a very strong position on bad-mouthing other YouTubers because I do believe that they're going to be my peers one day. I made a video like talking about how like Thrive was disappointing me and all this stuff, and then I end up becoming a friend of the brand and like kind of really regretting that I ever said anything bad about it, because you know, I realize how much love and heart and effort goes into things like that, and that Carissa is like the most sincere person in the world, and even though it got me the attention I wanted, it doesn't feel good. And I did end up taking that video down. But anyway, I guess my point is like, I don't want to be short-sighted. That's why I don't make any kind of like drama commentary videos, is because I just think that eventually at some point I'm probably going to like meet those people. At some point in my life, there's a chance, and I don't want to be like the person that they know because they blocked me on Twitter, you know? That said, yeah, Drew Gooden is utterly fantastic. Let's see, who else do I watch? What's weird is that I also watch all the old, like, Perfect Generation, like Savage Squad YouTubers. Yeah, I'm 32 and they're all 25. So what? What's your point? No, I do. I still, like, love Ciara. I love Ava. I love Meredith. I love Tila for all of her misgivings. If Bethany Moda still made videos, I would still watch Bethany Moda. And I know that those are technically kind of beauty, but they're more lifestyle. And then, guys, I will never not watch Jenna Marbles. I have watched Jenna Marbles videos every single week since the beginning of time. I've seen every video she's ever made. I love her, and I love Julian. Julian is, you know, one of my Aries kings. I have actually a GIF that I made that's been pinned to the top of my Twitter, and it's him during Aries season wearing this really goofy pajamas outfit when he had his hair all bleached and like nothing else done to it, and he's got 2 knives in his hand and he's flossing, and it's just like this perfect Aries season moment, and I'm just like, beach, it's Aries season. Like he is that for me. So yeah, those are my favorite non-beauty creators. And I think that that's a lot of where I get like my inspiration for my rhythm of my videos from. I don't want to be that person who's just like, ASMR, so calming. Because that's not what I like to watch. I like to watch people who are dynamic and who have punchlines and who have timing and who have fun editing and things like that. So yes. All right, we're almost done. Katrina Farnsworth asks, would you ever start your own clean beauty line? Yeah, if it started with blushes. I would love to. I'd love to put out like a blush palette. You know what it would be? It would be a shimmer blush and a matte blush and then a shimmer bronzer and a matte bronzer. I would love to do that. I would also love to make my own highlighter. I think that I have tried enough foundations at this point that I could really do a cool foundation. And, you know, I used to think that those kinds of things weren't worth iterating on because I didn't know enough about them, but I feel like we've immersed ourselves so much in like what is good and what is bad in products that there's so much stuff in so many of these products that's completely unnecessary that I feel like I could be discerning enough to, you know, weigh the balance between performance and ingredients and really like get the job done. It wouldn't please every single person in the world, but I think ideally I would want like, I would probably do a cream just because I like the way creams work the best. They're, you know, they're solid at room temperature essentially, and so they wear better over the day. Yeah, it would probably end up being kind of like Westman Atelier-ish. So, you know, maybe it's already been done. I'm not sure, but that's, I would probably go for something like that. Gracie MCL says, why choose clean beauty? Well, if you'd seen my face beforehand, it really has like kept my skin clear. I have peace of mind of just knowing that nothing's meddling behind my back, and kind of going through this process of weeding out all of the nonsense that was in a lot of my products has helped me understand my own skin better. And so as we move into 2020, I feel like we're going to stay in the clean beauty theme. But one of the things that I want to embark on next is starting to do a little bit more of the legwork myself, figuring out what products are clean to us that someone else hasn't given their stamp of approval necessarily, because I don't really trust their stamps of approval, I guess. I think that we are going to be able to do things like reintegrate some of the more mainstream like prestige brands that they sell at Sephora and things like that. Weird thing happened to me where I ordered a bunch of stuff from Sephora, including lash food, and it never came because it got sent to someone else and I got their order. I got a Kat Von D mascara. Who does that? And a Jouer blush palette. It's not the most exciting blush palette in the world, but it would take a lot for me to kick a blush out of bed. You guys know that. And I Googled all the ingredients, and most of them are a 1 on EWG, and like there's a couple of 2s. So it kind of makes you think, right? I just don't think that Sephora's little clean beauty seal is the final word, I guess, on this stuff. So I don't even remember what the question was. Why clean beauty? Because ingredients matter. I think that ingredients, especially in your skincare, ingredients matter, and also like your foundations and stuff like that. The things that make direct contact with your skin and like go into your pores and like communicate with your body chemistry. I don't necessarily know that unless you have like a specific allergy that an eyeshadow makes that big of a difference, but I do notice the difference not just in my skin, but also in like my endocrine system. I'm less depressed. I am less anxious. It's weird, you guys. I do feel like some of this stuff, is my tongue kind of conspiratorial. I do feel like some of this stuff that we put on our skin, it's proven to be screwing with our hormones, and it could be screwing with other things. And I do feel like a more balanced individual since I've been using strictly clean beauty for the last 8 months. Going out on a limb there. Srinarde. Best blurring powder that doesn't look overly matte. Cover FX, the perfect setting powder. This stuff is miraculous. It's talc free, it's corn free, it's fantastic. Buy it. You won't regret it. Donna Kamaj says, clean beauty brand you won't support and why? The thing that drives me crazy is clean beauty brands that are not cruelty free. So the whole Sephora clean beauty house brand, not gonna buy it. Boscia, I'm pretty sure they're not cruelty free. Origins, not cruelty free. Caudalie, not cruelty free. So those are all really, really beautiful like products when it comes to ingredients, but they won't make the leap and they won't go cruelty free, and so I'm not going to support them. Final question, Ariel X says, what is your favorite hobby? What My favorite hobby. What is my favorite hobby? I feel like I always have so much hustle that calling anything a hobby just means that it's something I haven't monetized yet. Something that I don't think I'm ever going to actually monetize properly is I love clothes, and I think that as tempted as I would ever want to be like a fashion blogger or something like that, I get so much enjoyment out of dressing myself. I don't want to ruin it by putting it in video. I've definitely done like hauls and things like that, but I don't want to be that person who's like, here's 5 ways to style an oversized blazer. Like, I just don't want to put science onto clothing, because honestly, yes, shopping is a thing that you can become addicted to, but I love clothes so much. I love changing how I look. I love just the structure, everything. I know how to sew and stuff like that. I just appreciate quality and I appreciate structure. And it's just something that I want to keep for myself. And that's pretty much my definition of a hobby. I have other hobbies. I love to cook. I am okay at baking. I like to read. These are all things that I wouldn't necessarily consider to be something that I'm like honing. I'm not really, astrology. I guess that's kind of a hobby. If there's anything that I want to like learn more about, it would be astrology. Like, I want to learn about how all the houses affect different signs in certain times, because when I talk to the people who I'm close to in my life, I find that we're experiencing something that's similar, but it's like a different slice of the same pie. They're feeling this tension in one area of their life while I'm feeling tension in another area of my life, but it's following very similar rhythms. And I just know that there's a reason, And if you're not into astrology, that's fine. I don't think it's that woo-woo to think that we are synced in some way with the phases of the moon, because we have periods. We're already synced with the phases of the moon. We have tides. They're synced with the phases of the moon. We have a lot of gravitational pull working on us. It's just, yes, pulling tarot cards and divination and things like that. It can all be taken to an extreme, and I believe in everything. I believe in everything. So I'm not going to judge anybody. If you say you saw angels, you saw angels. Like, I believe in everything, but I think that is something that I would love to learn how to do, is like when I watch Sarah Verba's channel and she does like the aspects of everything in your sign and then she pulls tarot cards for you and puts them in context. I would love to know how to do that. I would love to have her as my teacher. Like, it's such a cool gift. So those are all the questions. Thank you guys so much for submitting your questions. I hope that those answers were satisfactory. We can always do more Q&As in the future. Happy to do it. Love talking about myself. Let's talk about this giveaway, guys. So I'm calling it my Holy Grail skincare giveaway because I wanted to stick to mostly things that don't have any kind of shade matching involved, so that it can be kind of a universally appealing prize package. So the first thing is the Thrive mask, the Thrive Overnight Sensation Brightening Mask. It is my absolute ride or die Holy Grail skincare item. It will save you from whatever ails you. It's like it has intelligence built in to know what your skin needs. And when you wear it overnight, you wake up and your face looks brighter, your skin looks clearer. It's absolutely so packed with skincare. It's just an unbelievable product. So that will be the first thing in the giveaway. Then next is going to be my favorite face oil, which I gave away in my last giveaway, and it is the Iconolab Renewal Face Oil. And it has become such a mainstay in my routine because it went from, having an oil be something that I felt like my skin needed because it was like winter time or something like that. I needed extra moisturization. But the Iconolab I use year round because it feels like an anti-aging oil. I put it on my chest and it smooths wrinkles. It just makes my skin look gorgeous and it soaks in. I've recently been trying, I'm always trying a bunch of different products, but I've recently been trying some stuff that are holy grails for other people, and they just leave this weird oily film on my face, some of them, and it makes me crazy. And so this is it's actually like an oil that soaks in a really beautiful way. It's very rose oriented and my skin loves rose. And from the girls who won the last giveaway, I know that they are also loving it. So I hope that you guys love it too. The next thing that I'm going to be including is one of these. This is the Seashells Daily Sunscreen from Sundays. I wear this every single day. I put this on my face, I put this on my body. I love it. It's absolutely phenomenal, vitamin C based sunscreen, and it's so good, and it's something that I use every single day, so I wanted you guys to have one. The next thing that I'm going to be including in this giveaway is a PHLUR body wash and body lotion. I'm going to do it in the fragrance, the scent that I love, which is Hanami. It's my most recent discovery in terms of having a clean beauty product that isn't weird, that doesn't feel like I'm making a compromise because of the ingredients. It's just gorgeous, and it feels really luxurious when you're using it, and it smells fantastic. I am going to include a Drunk Elephant baby facial. If you guys are unfamiliar with the Drunk Elephant baby facial, it is such a holy grail product for so many people because it is like a very strong AHA peel mask. And if you use this, use it like, you know, once every 2 weeks or something like that. It just keeps your cell turnover going. It makes your skin look so bright and beautiful. And then you can use that kind of fresh surface on your skin to put all the products that you love right on top of that. So you use that, and then you use like the Thrive mask overnight, or actually recently I used it, and then I put the Josh Rosebrook cacao mask on top. You guys, my face looked incredible. It was amazing. But yes, I feel like it's such a mainstay in your routine, and that bottle, guys, will last you ages, okay? You just take one little pump of it every couple of weeks, maybe once a week if you're feeling particularly adventurous, and it will last you a year. I think that's a really, really great investment. I'm excited to share it with you guys. It's definitely something that's become like an indispensable part of my skincare routine. And finally, and this isn't necessarily skincare, I'm just gonna include a $50 Glossier gift card because I want you guys to get what you want. There's just so much stuff on Glossier now. They've put out all the new balm.coms, they put out Glossier Play. They have just so many great things that I'm obsessed with. And of course, if you win, a lot of times the winner will reach back out to me if it's a gift card and be like, oh, what do you recommend? Like, I'm happy to recommend things based on what you want and what you want to know is best kind of thing if you've never tried Glossier. But I just wanted to give you guys a gift card instead of like a bunch of products from Glossier because I want you to not feel limited by what I choose because it is just such a huge repertoire. So that is the giveaway, guys. That is the prize package. I'm going to include a Gleam link down below so that you guys can enter. And I don't hand pick the winners. I'm not going to say that, but if a name comes up and it's an account where when I backstock you, and I backstock every winner, I see that it's just like an Instagram that only enters giveaways, like I'm gonna pick a new winner. You know what I mean? I want to see that you've been engaged on my channel. I want to know who you are. And so that's just how I choose my winners. I want to make sure that they're people who are like, you know, sincerely part of this community and not just kind of trying to like enter a giveaway randomly. My channel is not a democracy, and that's fine. So guys, I know that this video is ages long. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. If you made it all the way to the end, leave yourself a compliment in the comments. That's what I want you to do today. Let me know something that you really, really like about yourself, and those positive affirmations all build on each other. You guys, thoughts are things. The least we can do is put positivity back out into the universe, so hopefully we can do that here. Thank you guys so much for 20,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today and every day. I love you so much. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed and you want to, go ahead and subscribe. I would love that. But yes, thank you guys so much for everything. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.